Have you ever wondered about fate versus free will? What if I told you there's a way to look at it where your life is a pre-written script, but you still have complete control? In this explainer, we're going to dive into a really powerful idea from Eastern philosophy that might just change how you see, well, everything.
So, to really get this, we have to start with the big questions it's trying to answer. The ones that I'm sure have popped into your head at some point.
This is the classic, right? Are we in the driver's seat of our own lives, or are we just following a map that's already been drawn out? The framework we're looking at today says you don't have to choose. It actually gives us a way to see how both can be true at the exact same time.
And it's so easy to go down a rabbit hole here, isn't it? If life is fated, who's pulling the strings? Are we just robots acting out a program? It's a lot to wrap your head around. But stick with me, because this model gives us a surprisingly simple way to cut through all that confusion. All right, so how on earth does this idea tackle such a huge question? Well, it does something really smart. It asks us to forget all the heavy philosophy for a second and instead think about something we all get, a movie.
This is the core metaphor. Just imagine your life is a movie. And the script? Well, it's already finished. Every major plot point, every big scene, every character you meet, it's all in there, written before the cameras even started rolling.
And look, if that sounds a little too abstract, just think about your own life for a second. Did you choose your parents, your birthday, where you were born? Nope. The source material for this actually points out that there are at least 18 of these fundamental things about your life that were totally out of your hands. Those are the opening scenes of your script, already set in stone.
And we're not just talking about the small stuff here. This idea goes big. It suggests that your entire life's path, whether you end up wealthy or struggling, famous or unknown, is as set in its course as a planet orbiting the sun. It's just following a preset trajectory.
So if life is a movie with a finished script, it leads to the obvious next question, right? Who wrote this thing? And who's in the director's chair calling the shots? Let's pull back the curtain then. If the whole plot is already decided, who exactly is in charge? The answer is probably not what you're thinking.
This is where it gets really fascinating. So the scriptwriter is you. Yeah, you heard that right. It's the sum total of you from all your past lives. And the director? That's a universal, totally impartial force that the source calls the Tao, or the program. Think of it like a cosmic operating system that's just there to make sure the script runs exactly as written. And that's the key. This script you're living right now isn't random. Not at all. It's the direct result, the consequence of everything you've ever thought and done before. It's pure cause and effect. And because all those causes are in the past, the effects, your current script, are already locked in. Okay, I can practically hear you thinking. So if the script is fixed, what's the point? Am I just a puppet? But this is where the whole idea comes together. And honestly, it's brilliant.
So here's the crucial distinction. The script dictates the what happens to you, the role you play, the big events. But you, the actor, get to control the how you think, how you react, how you feel about it all. The quality of your performance, that's 100% up to you.
The source calls this your inner thought, or sinnian. It's that voice in your head, your attitude, your intentions. And this is the most important part. The script cannot touch that. Your inner world is your sovereign territory. It's where your free will truly lives, completely untouched.
And just let this quote sink in for a second. The universe, this Tao, it doesn't judge the role you were given. It couldn't care less if you're playing the hero or the villain in this lifetime. The only thing that matters is how well you play your part. Did you do it with grace and acceptance, or did you fight it kicking and screaming?
So how do you know if you're giving an Oscar-worthy performance in your own life? Well, the source gives us a really simple way to check. Just look inward. If you feel calm, joyful, and grateful, even when things are tough, you're nailing it. But if you're constantly anxious, conflicted, or resentful, that's a sign you're fighting your own script.
But here's where it gets incredibly empowering, because that little slice of free will you have, your inner performance, isn't just about how you feel today, it's about what happens next.
Let's go back to the movie metaphor. The film of this life, it's already in the can, production is wrapped. But right now, at this very moment, you are in the writer's room, hammering out the screenplay for the sequel. And the ink you're using is the quality of your inner thoughts.
It works like a cosmic feedback loop. Step 1, an inner thought pops into your head. Step 2, the Tao, that giant cosmic computer, logs it. It saves the file. Step 3, the Tao uses all those saved files to design the script for your future. And step 4, that new script becomes your next life.
Here's another great analogy: a cosmic bank account. The currency is called merit, or gongde. Every time you play your part well, with a good attitude, you're making a deposit. When it comes time to plan the next movie, the Tao checks your balance. The more merit you've got in the bank, the more say you have in how that next script gets written.
So, after all that, what does this actually mean for us right here, right now? How can we use this to live a better life today? Well, the model offers some really clear, practical advice.
It basically boils down to 4 keys for a great performance. First, accept the scene you're in, don't fight it. Second, adapt to the plot twists with grace. Third, be authentic to the role you've been given. And finally, when an opportunity that's been written into your script shows up, you have to seize it.
And here's the beautiful paradox at the heart of this whole thing. You'd think freedom means getting to change the script, right? But this framework says, nope. Real freedom is found when you stop resisting, when you align yourself so perfectly with your role that you find absolute peace exactly where you are.
So, we'll leave you with this one thought. If your inner state is both the only real freedom you have and the very ink you use to write your future, how are you going to choose to play your part? Today.